Again, hello LGBTQ plus DL men, women who secretly love us and support us. Kevin here with the video. So today we're doing something very special, and at first I thought that it was going to be like, when people have an idea of something that they want to produce, or there's something that they want to create, and there's this thought about it being so extravagant and when you have a vision of how something is supposed to be, sometimes there is this want for it to be like how it was visioned. Yet when you're starting something, it's a process. It's a of allowing people to see the beginning of what you're creating versus just the outcome of something being very beautiful and extravagant. So today what we are doing is an idea that I've had for quite some time, and this idea is called Unbox the Song. And so not unbox. I kind of envisioned like a box, but what I really was envisioning was like a briefcase or something, or a suitcase. But I mainly envision a suitcase, a briefcase, either or. This is called Unpack the Song. And so the first song that we're doing today, as you have seen titled, is What Was I Made For by the artist Billie Eilish. And she made the song for Barbie. Now, I seen the movie recently, and we're gonna step right into the song and unpack the song. It's basically like the spiritual connection that I believe that the song has. Well, unpack the song is like, it's its meaning, but you know how people have therapists and they speak about unpacking their trauma or their feelings and things like that. And I think that this song particularly has like a bigger meaning than just it being for the movie Barbie. I think that is annoying. But I'll fix it later. But anyway, that the sofa is annoying because it's like peeling, so that's why you see that gray. Anyway, yeah, I think that it has a bigger meaning than it just being for the Barbie soundtrack. And she even said in an interview, I think it was for Apple Music, I'm sure that it was for Apple Music, where she spoke about how it somewhat tied into her personal life while she was making the music. And when she was speaking about it, and how she said that she was in a place, and I'm speaking about Billie Eilish when I'm saying that she was in a place of not knowing what to create in music. And I think that artists, when they reach a certain place of success, they aren't in those places of doubt that they are going to reach that success. So once the success is being reached, they have like it's a different area of like feelings. Yet those if there are low vibrational feelings to something of the past that hasn't been resolved, there's still like feelings. I think that also artists are able to create from that place. Like, you know how some people say that they like to listen to sad music and like downer music, but they may not like internally feel that. It's just that they connect more with music that is like that, music that they can have that feeling from. They can catch that vibe from, even though they don't all the time feel like that. But it's like that. It's like a comfortable feeling in those dark uh, areas of emotion. So we're gonna start the song. All right, so first I do have to mention that when I opened YouTube to the song that I was playing it from, it was the loop version, and the number that I seen when I opened it was 333. So that is also like a good sign. It could mean um, trust in the divine's love for you, and things like that. Um, Now, I would also say that 333 can appear as a sign that it is okay to move forward, although, you know, maybe there was a sign that you didn't understand and the divine is coming through. Either way, um, if you would like to look up that angel number for yourself, that would be great too. So let's get into the song. I'm not sure if you can really hear the song, but it's good that it's playing in the background so that way I can kind of talk over it. Okay, now when she's speaking in the song, she used to float, now she just falls down. What was I made for? And like, first let's speak about that this is made the intention of making the song was for the movie Barbie. And that um the line, which is also the title, what was I made for? I think that the symbolization to the movie is you know, as it being a toy figure that is very popular. It is like, what was the toy made for? What was the purpose of the toy made for, besides like having a beauty standard of being like the toy Barbie, and having to be like achieving perfection with the way that you present, the way that the vessel looks, things like that. Like even today, um, I thought about shaving and things like that. Then I also thought about how if people truly enjoy your content, if people truly enjoy who you are as a being, as a spirit, as a loving, kind individual, then the outside appearance to others is going to be less of a worry, you know? So, yeah. And she's saying, what was I made for? Now, in many spiritualists having the experience of being connected, I can say from a personal experience that there are times that there was this thought about what is the reason for our existence, you know? And without getting like deep into, but I think that's what this I think that's what this what these videos and what is being made is about: unpacking the song, unpacking what you truly feel, like being able to truly speak about it as a psychic medium, and having I've heard that we are spirit experiencing itself, and there are people that are opposite of you. There are people that aren't going to understand your journey. There are people that are in opposition of what you're creating, but in some way it is a balanced experience. Like, um, let's continue listening to the music, and some things will arise that can be spoken about. All right, now, um, she said something um, very unique, and she said, "What was I? I'm." She said that I'm just something you paid for. What was I made for? And that is a very strong um, lyrical line, and it has a very deep message to it. Um, I'm aware that there are certain signs in Billy's music that could be indicators of a twin flame journey. And that journey, if you haven't seen any of my other videos, that journey is meant to help you to align to your higher self, a higher state of consciousness. And in a video that probably will be spoken about later, she had one of the signs that I've seen in my personal journey is if, and I also just got a sign from the universe that yes, um, I saw the number 611, which reduces to 8. So yeah, when light flickering can indicate that your twin flame is around, your twin flame is near, you're about to connect to your higher self, or some people say future self, which is also an indicator of that other being, like you being on that journey. So it could be also an indicator that you're about to um, encounter them or become aware of them. And yeah, so um, she had in a video the light flickering, and I'm sure that y'all know what video it is, but we're talking about her song "What Was I Made For." And when she says, "I'm just something you paid for," I saw a video on TikTok of this man speaking about um, he called her Sophia, and he said that it's in a book, and I can't remember the name of the book right off the top of the dome, but what he did speak about was that he said that God has a mummy, and he was basically saying that we have a grandmother, not like Mother Gaia, but he called her Sophia, and it was a book of something, the book of something. Either way, um, sometimes I get signs that say like don't really share that because maybe some of the information isn't like 100% accurate. So what I can say is this: um, he spoke about spirit being sent here and there being other realms of life, and if we are tiny pieces of spirit experiencing itself, then of course there has to be other places that are also experiencing itself because spirit is infinite. And if it can live through all of us at a single time, like, if we are all experiencing it at a singular time and there are things like past life, like, why would people not think that um, that things like that exist? Like, why wouldn't people be aware that this experience exists for that reason that, like I know that people have their different views when it comes to religion and spirituality and things like that. Yet, if we are all trying to achieve the same thing and trying to speak about why uh, spirituality is better than religion, or religion is better than spirituality, or Hinduism and things like that, if we are all trying to achieve um, speaking about our personal belief, I think if we shift the perspective from trying to say that, oh, well, I know this or I know that, and we shift it to a place of, well, what are we trying to achieve? Are we trying to achieve something similar? Let's focus on what we're trying to achieve that is similar, that is, you know, a help for something greater, more than just saying, oh, well, um, this or that is better. Yeah, so let's continue. I had something that arose, but I can't. Oh yeah, here it goes. There was a video of Billie Eilish in the car with her mom, and she was speaking about something to her mom, and she was just like yelling and like shouting it to her mom that, well, mom, why don't you think, or whatever. If I can find the video, I'll post. I'll like edit it in here. And so when she did that video, there was also a um, reminder or thought from the divine that sometimes when we share certain truths with unconscious beings, that they're when you share certain truths with people, sometimes the intention can be good. Like the intention can be to be helpful to that unconscious being. Yet at the same time, there has to be awareness that you don't want to take from their experience. You don't want to just give them the answer to the equation. And it's not that you did anything wrong, because then you will still be rewarded, but at the same time, you also like gave them an answer instead of allowing them to experience, um, so that they could um, understand it rather than it just being given. So hopefully I'm not sharing too much, and if I am, the universe will hopefully kindly let me know. Yeah, but when she shared that, it was also like a reminder, like some people, and I had a aunt or a cousin. I had a cousin um, who is said to be a psychic medium that spoke about. She said that every being on this planet isn't meant to uh, awaken. Yet that is our and you have to think about that being true. And I'm about to play some more music. You have to think about that being true in so many ways for the reason that um, there being light and dark, and with that light and dark, somebody has to be somebody has to be dark so that you can understand the light, and somebody has to be the light so the dark can understand itself, so that we can have this balance. So let's continue playing the music. I don't know. And so even when she says that, what we were just speaking about, she said, I don't know how to feel. As a plastic Barbie being in the regular world and the world being just new to it. You know, her world being, perfection, and then coming to a world where the experience of life is something totally different. There has to be that awareness of her not knowing how to, like, she can definitely differentiate. You know what I'm differentiate. Anyway, you understand what I'm saying. She knows how to differentiate between the two. I'm that word is butchered, but we're gonna piece it together. We're gonna get it together. That word. Yeah, differentiate. That's good. It's together. So between the two worlds, and I think what was being meant in like the 3D consciousness or the world itself is that with being a being of light, or a light being that is conscious enough to understand the experience of light and dark, you don't know how to feel because you have to live in the now moment and just experience life in the now moment. I don't know how to feel because you have beings that are here, and those beings are meant to help you to understand yourself. Yet you have to continue your experience with that knowing. And I guess that sort of like ties into what was I made for, and even though like you know the experience of the reason of your experience is to experience yourself as a God light source being, there's still that question of, well, how do I feel about that? Do I try to I guess in Billy's case, her having to create music and just creating music, but is she still in the place of creating music for herself, or is she in the place of creating music to sustain the life that she now has? Like there was something about her, I think it was the Met Gala, and I'm not sure if she was invited there, but we're in this life and wondering if, are we just here to, and I mean, that's a part of the experience, experiencing yourself. yourself telling you that maybe you can't go back to the Met Gala, but you can, and other people can take pictures at the Met Gala of themselves or selfies, and you can't. That's not a snub. It's just what I saw. Okay, it's what I saw on the internet. Right? Not trying to come for nobody like that. Yeah. So we're gonna play some more. Not trying to be shady. I promise. Shade is a good thing. You hear the airy, like it's so airy that I'm trying to. Only enjoyment. Her speaking about is that I'm saying it. She's all the enjoyment. When did it end? Um, and I think that's a part of her being in the industry, you know. But connected to the movie, she when you think about the movie, the Barbie, all the enjoyment, her being in her world, and even as like the kid could represent something like a inner child, the inner child having so much fun, and then having to, when you become an adult, and it's not like a disconnect from your inner child, but it is a becoming aware that the inner child needs attention. um and no, I haven't uh been to a therapist, but I've been suggested a therapist uh prior, and that is for another video that we can speak about. um I saw Dr. Joe Dispenza, I think. That's off topic. What we were speaking about was all the enjoyment, when did it end, and the enjoyment of being connected to, well, what I have heard in the past, and I want to say this is from a video of what's her name? It was there, and her face is there, and I spoke Hicks, Esther Hicks, I believe, in a video spoke about there has to be that childlike feeling when manifesting, and you know playing it playing with the Barbie was that childlike feeling. In your adulthood, you have to find that love again, find that love that connects you to that feeling. So I seen 444 in what they call foresight, um third eyesight. Yeah, she definitely spoke about being connected, to manifest the life that you desire. There has to be that childlike feeling, and when we say childlike feeling, it's like that joy, that joyous, what brings you that joy to be able to live your life in like a freeness. Granted, there are some children that haven't had, the best of childhood, but their stories, the way that their story is aligned with being of service to the world is like great. It's like is helpful to the world of consciousness. And that can also be like a connection to like what was I made for? Was I made to have those experiences to then be like a be like a showcase for the world? Like the children that I wouldn't want to use what I was just thinking about, but somebody else may use it in their video. So those so it can be used. Um and what I'm saying is that how those children were helpless in those school shootings. And I'm sorry to any viewer that has lost a child from those experiences. Yet it is meant to be talked about so that we can spread awareness of how to be in a place that a place that honors love. So yeah, um, let's I think that growing up, those children are going to be in the place of if they have experiences like that, you know, later in life, how would those children experience life? Would they think like that? What were they made? Were they made for to go through those things? And um, again, life is full of light and dark. It has to be a balance. So with that darkness, there will be something that will be created to be full of light. Yeah. So let's continue listening to the song. And her speaking about her boyfriend not is not what he's made for. He's not made for trying to make sure that she is like okay. That well, not okay, because I mean that's human. That's a human-like thing to do. But just even connecting that line to the twin flame journey. Um, on the journey, it's um, especially in the twin flame separation of the journey, there's that for the feminine, they truly become aware that they are the um, they are receiving the information, um, becoming truly aware of the journey. And it's not that the masculine is like so far behind. It just takes them a while for the masculine energy to truly understand the journey like the feminine does. The feminine understands, um, truly have the sight of what is being experienced, and the masculine is just not awakened. It's happening, but he just may not be like awakened at first, but he's not that far behind. So with and when he does become in alignment, that's that's besides the point. The lyrics that she says, that's not what he's made for. Is truly, I think in that line, or I know from that line that she is speaking from a place of having ownership of her journey. And any divine feminine that is watching, it it is truly meant for you to have ownership of your journey and where you are in your journey, and taking ownership of your life is not you own your feelings, your thoughts, your emotion. If you've felt some type of way about something, is for you to truly um, have that ownership, so that you know how to uh, love yourself. You know how to love yourself, love your emotion, love your thoughts, love your feelings. So when she's saying that, she's not saying it in a negative way, like it's not it's not your it's not your job. It's not your job to do it. She's also saying that I can have a partner, but I also know that I am my own person. It is great that in a relationship you can be your own person and they can also be their own person, and they don't have to carry the load of your thoughts, feelings, and emotions. And that's coming from a person that is healed. When you're healed, you don't push your thoughts, feelings, and emotions off on people. And if it does happen, it's not a bad thing, but it's also showing there can where healing can be done. So let's continue. I don't know how to do. And the little line, she says some she's saying that she doesn't know how to feel, but someday she might. Someday I might know how to feel, you know? Um and what just clearly came through is like sometimes you don't know how to feel about um everything that you know, all of the truth of the universe that you have that awareness to, that you truly understand, overstand, however you would like to say it. There, when there's that true understanding or awareness, you just know that maybe in the moment you don't understand. Maybe in the moment you don't understand like the bigger picture of what the universe is allowing you to receive, but there's this bigger experience or lesson to what you're experiencing. If I mean, even if not, like, and what I was saying, if even if like to hear lyrics like that come from some a being that is seen to be a celebrity, there has to be that awareness that they are a human. They are human. Like, I think when people meet celebrities, they have the idea of when they meet them that, oh, they have it all together. They're so amazing. Yet, if you truly listen to artists and their lyrics, there's so many things underlining in their music that shows them being perfectly imperfect. So, yeah. Also, I would like to say before the song ends that I originally thought that this, I call it a show because I have like this idea of it being like a bigger production, yet, monetary things would keep that from occurring. But I would redo this entire video with Billie Eilish. And I heard something about a podcast, right? So maybe it could be a podcast, but right now it is starting how it is starting. And I've always heard that I've heard people speak about allowing others to see the beginning, not just the outcome of it being great. So if if the opportunity was there and Billie Eilish was able to um, be present to make a video, even if she wanted to sit on that couch. But here's the thing: my great aunt says she don't want company here because older people, you know how they feel about um, family things and things like that. So maybe I would have to go see Billie Eilish. So I heard, yeah, you know, you know. Uh, so yeah, if the opportunity was there and Billie Eilish would like to speak about her personal feelings to where she was, because I think that when you do interviews, like when I say you, I mean Billie Eilish is doing these interviews, or any artist that's doing a video and they're interview and they're speaking about um, how they feel about a song. I'm not sure that it gets truly like deep. Like the interview like scratches the surface of what they have been um, feeling musically, but I'm not sure that it actually. I saw 444 again. That it truly describes like a unpacking of emotions and feelings about what they are truly feeling. Because yeah, she made it for Barbie, but what was she feeling that allowed that to emote out of her? Or sometimes, maybe you've heard that spirit allows a person to channel music. And I may be even being able to channel for music. And a lot of times there's these thoughts about when people make music, it's just like I was that thought that thought about how they feel, like that line, oh, it speaks so true. So yeah. So let's kind of finish out the song. She Oh, and then she's gonna say something I wait for. I think I forget. She said, "I think I forgot how to be happy. Something I'm not. Something I can be." That is a very deep. Oh man, and I think recently, before, um, and this is what I truly want unpack the song to be about, like a safe space that true feelings, thoughts, and emotions can be expressed. As a psychic medium, there were um, there were feelings of unaliving prior to that actor on Euphoria unaliving himself. And again, apologies to uh, anybody who has um, suffered to or experience the loss of that actor from Euphoria. Um, there were feelings that were connected to that experience prior to it happening to that actor, and yeah, I think that sometimes when a psychic medium is receiving those energies to connect them with something that is future, so that they can um what they prophesy something. sometimes there's this feeling of how to differentiate, there's that word again, from another person's feelings or a future feeling from what is currently actually being felt. And those feelings were heavy. They were very heavy. And the energy from the moon during that time was just very heavy. It was actually the new moon, I think it was the full moon or whatever moon, but it just had some heavy energies with it. But glad it's over. But what can be said is that sometimes it's like you wonder, like, am I happy for the reason that in her line she says, I think I forgot. She said, I think I forgot how to be happy. Because when you're receiving all of that information, you're wondering, like, what are, you have to become aware of how to differentiate your feelings from another being's feelings when you have that gift of feeling. Yeah. So I think for self, I mean, there's this part of the existence where spirit is aware of it feeling neutral, and it is aware that it is feeling that. So I also saw something connected to the INFJ. I just think of those acronyms as inner intuitive feeling judging, but I know that it's intuitive feeling judging for sure. Introverted intuitive feeling judging. You do the feeling from the inside to understand the outside experience of the world. In short, in a short, like a short explanation. Yeah. So it's something that she waits for. I think that's the next line. Waiting for like that happiness to understand that happiness, even though she had that um, it's the video connected to what I was about to speak about. Happy ever happy ever after. Yeah, that's where in that video where the lights were blinking in that video. So she did say something I wait for is she's made for happiness. Like, you're made for happiness. You're meant to be happy. Yeah. So it's a great song. Billie Eilish's style of singing is how could you I enjoy it. How could a person not enjoy that? Like, it's so enjoyable. Her style of singing is very enjoyable. Um uh it's beautiful. It's beautiful lyrics, and hopefully if she sees this video, which sometimes I think, like, girl, I didn't like put it together, but I put it together. You know what I'm saying? And so, but if she does, then I could, be fabulous. But I'm already fabulous. Yeah. So I think with what was I made for? Great song, great choice of lyrics. So there was also some lyrical choices that she made. Uh, she said, It was she said something about not being real. She said something about a drive, night. It sounded like Night Hill, but I don't have like uh the exact like lyrics like showing on the screen. I'm not even sure how I know how people do it on TikTok, I think, but I'm just not sure how to do it for the videos. But I didn't catch it in the like beginning takes of the song, but I when I re-listened to some of the lyrics, she said, "Turns out she's not real," and connecting to the maybe I did say something about it about the Barbie being plastic and it being not real, but the connection to like regular life is like um I think I know that for a personal experience of spirit, when you are able to receive messages, it may seem like um, because you are having a personal experience with spirit, that the things are real for you, but for other beings, it they don't understand the experience that you're having, and that's because it is a experience for you. And try to explain that what I am experiencing is real. It is real. Spirit is real. Like that movie, uh, that movie that called God is Not Dead. It just shows that many of us are having this personal experience of spirit, and that's where that part where it's about light and dark, where you are meant to understand and some others are not meant to understand, maybe in that now experience, and they can understand later. So it's not that uh, what you were trying to express to them wasn't understood. It just may not be understood in that now moment, and then it can be understood like maybe moments later. I've had experiences where spirit was showing me something, and right then and there I didn't understand it, and then like moments later I was like, okay, I understand what they were allowing me to, you know, receive intuitively or through that experience. um but you know, even though she said she's not real, she had to make it like somewhat like um meaningful for the movie. Turns out I'm not real. You know, yeah. So this is getting very long. Again, this is just some things that I thought about the experience of what was I made for, and hopefully I can make videos that will be shorter, but this is about unpacking those feelings, thoughts, and emotions, so it should be as long as it needs to be. But since the storage is running low on this phone, probably because this video is probably going to be like almost an hour or 40 minutes or 50 minutes, we're going to end it with love. We're going to end the video with love is what I'm speaking about. And so I'm grateful to all the beings who have watched this video. Until we meet again, and if Billie Eilish sees this, if you'd like to do a video together and, you know, yeah, help. If you'd like to help the channel, that'd be great. We could do something like when Drake and Bobby were in the bed, but we would actually like, it could be like unpacking and having a night on the bed, like eating chips or something and speaking. But I am going to be going on like a. I'll do that in another video. What I was just about to speak about, but we can have like just like a girls' night, me and Billie Eilish, and talk about the feelings to that song, and it can just dive deeper than just an interview that kind of like skimmed over the top. And it can be something like really unpacking like spiritual thoughts to the song. So if you like this video, you know how to like the video, you know how to comment, you know how to subscribe. Thank you for all the viewers.